Let's start it up. Let's see what we got going on here. We are live and we have 0 followers, which is actually pretty cool. So I am the Fever. If you've never met me, here I am. Welcome from South Florida. It's my first YouTube video ever, and I don't usually do stuff like this, but today I kind of felt like let's do something different. Let's try a little something that I've never done before. So I figured, here we go. We're gonna go through a couple games, players I like, matchups. Um, I'm not a really big stat person. I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, this Woba guy is, this is his BVP versus. It's not me. I'm just a person who tells you guys I like, what I'm rolling with, matchups that I think are going to be, good for, things. I'll take questions if you want to ask me questions. I don't mind. I see I'm getting people in the chat room now, so welcome. I'm the Fever. Um, a lot of you have been rising with me, and it's something I really, really appreciate. That's first and foremost. I swear I'm just a real honest dude who just basically tells you what I like, what I like. I don't make guarantees. FanDuel fantasy sports is about especially baseball. There's no guarantees in fantasy sports. If you think there are, you're wrong. But I figured let's do this and we'll run down some stuff. Let's see what we got going on here. First matchup of the day. Looks like we have two early games. My Yankees start at 4:05 and the Mets start at 4:05. These are games I'm not even going to worry about because they're not in the main slate. Um, Chicago versus Philly. Okay. No rain, no weather issues in this game at all. We got Kyle Hendricks versus Eflin. Two pitchers that I don't even really touch at all. I'm definitely not touching these two pitchers at all. I mean, I kind of really just like the offenses against them. I would probably on the Cubs side, I'd probably go more than likely. I'll probably do Rizzo, Schwarber, Murphy. Stick with the lefties against Eflin, and um, for the Phillies, I'm probably going to be sticking with Carlos Santana because he's hot. Um, Quinn at I believe his price is like 2,600, 2,800 right now. Um, is somebody who's been on fire. I believe I think he hit a triple last night, maybe even a double. But he's somebody who I'll probably be sticking with. Um, you know, that's a tough game. I think there's better games, that you can really go to with an 8.5 over under. Okay. Next game I'm thinking we'll talk about is Milwaukee versus Washington. Chase Anderson versus Strasburg. What do we make of Steven Strasburg? Man, that dude scares me. I mean, I know last game he had a nice outing. I think he went like 5 innings, gave up like 2 runs. I think I don't. I have to check it out. I don't really look at all that stuff in the back, but um, you know this game, I think what really sticks out to me is the lefty. If the lefty batting for Washington, I think I'm going Soto. I think I'm going Harper. I think I'm gonna go with a lot of the normal guys. I'm gonna get to your questions in a second, Dave. Just 1 second. Um, I think a lot of what I'm gonna do in this game, I think I'm gonna stay away from the Milwaukee batters. I don't. Strasburg just scares me. I mean, I don't know why. Maybe because of his reputation, but I feel like he's just a pitcher that can just shut you down. And we all know Milwaukee strikes out. Milwaukee goes into their slumps. They have a lot of lefty batters. Um, so I think I'm going to stay away from their batters today. There's no weather at all in this game. Dave Smith writes, "Do you suggest using picks, GPP, or cash?" I like to play cash. I mean, I keep my stuff low. I play against 20, 50, 100 people, and that's the way I do it. Playing against thousands of people doesn't make sense. There are sharks that make 150 lineups daily. Your 4 or 5 or 6 lineups is not going to beat them. Everything has to go right. And we know in baseball, everything doesn't work that way. So I would say play cash, play your guys low, play against your competition low. Do a double up against 20 people. It's still the same amount of money if you play a double up against 500 people. You want to throw $1 or $2 in a tournament? Okay, do it. But more than likely, what we see is you're throwing $1 into a tournament and you're basically winning what? $5, $6? Do the multipliers. Do the double ups. Do the 50-50. That's where you're gonna win. That's you want to build your bankroll. Everybody thinks it's a get rich scheme of playing Fanduel and you throw $1 and you're automatically gonna win $5,000. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. You have to build your lineups and you have to build the way your bankroll. Basketball's coming up, football's coming up. These are strategy games. I'm paying $10,000 for LeBron. I know he's getting me 30, 15, and maybe 5. Whatever it is. I pay 7,000 for Bryce Harper or 4,000 for Bryce Harper. He goes over 4 and gets me a big goose egg. But he had a good matchup. But we all know baseball's a little different. So that's how I kind of work it. The next matchup we have is Toronto Miami. Chen's been good. Chen's been good. Toronto just is dumping their team as we just saw last night when they got rid of Granderson and Josh Donaldson, and they have a lot of lefties against Chen. They have Smokes a switch. They have a bunch of lefties. McKinney's a lefty. I really like Chen here. It's hard for me to play him because I usually go against him, but he will definitely be in one of my lineups tonight. Definitely going with Chen. I never take Miami bats just because I never do. You could play Real Muto. You could play. I don't even think there's anybody else that's good on that team. Tampa Bay versus Cleveland. Blake Snell versus Shane Justin Bieber. Wow. Okay. This game for me is a scratch off game. If I play anything here, it's going to be the pitchers. I'm going to play the pitchers. I'm going to play Bieber against an offense that I think is awful. And I'm going to play Snell against a great offense, but I feel like you just can't fade him. Yes, Cleveland's good. Yes, Cleveland's hot. Yes, Cleveland can do a lot of damage. But Snell is a good pitcher, and it's not a hot take. I'm not giving you anything that you don't know. But I think if anything here, I think you take the chance on Bieber. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think you roll with Bieber. There's no weather here. It's 82 degrees. I say go with Bieber. That's what I would do. If you want to play bats in this game, you know, Tampa lefties are good. Wendell, Bowers. Um, That would probably be, Smith, but that's what I'm going with there. Next game would be Houston versus the Angels. Josh James. Now he's not on any of our fan pools. He's not on any pool for us to play tonight. So, and if he was, he would be on every single lineup that I probably did because he's a stud, an absolute stud, and the Angels are bad. It's as simple as that. But we can't play him, so the only thing we can talk about is the Houston Bats. Play the normal. Play Altuve. Play Bregman. Play Springer. Reddick is good. He's a lefty versus a bad right. These are guys that I would throw in if you're looking for from help from the big dogs like Kershaw and Paxton and all of those guys. Throw in a Josh Reddick on a one-off. Why not? Um, this is stuff that I would do. Pittsburgh versus Atlanta. Archer and Gaussman. I mean, these are two middle tier pitchers, I believe, against offenses that could explode. I mean, Pittsburgh has the Polanco, the Dickersons, they have these guys that, yes, Josh, I'm laid back and chilling. This is how I do FanDuel, man. This is how I do my lineups. I basically chill. I stress. I don't stress. I think about what I want to do, the guys that I want to take, and basically that's how I do it. Archer's a strikeout pitcher. He's having an off year. Atlanta has Freeman. It has, Markakis. It has Inciarte. Acuna Jr. is like stupid hot, right? I mean, it's ridiculous how much he's basically, killing the ball. I mean, these are all guys that you can take. But on a 13 game slate, I feel like they're just better options than to take this game. I mean, I don't know that I'll have any Pittsburgh or Atlanta batters. I mean, if I do it, it will be Acuna and it'll be Freeman. No doubt about it. I'll go that way. On the other side, I mean, Polanco, if he can get hot sooner or later, I'll ride him all day. We got some weather in the Boston-Chicago game. Okay. I like Easy Eddie. Easy Erod is just my opinion. He's one of my top plays tonight. But with this weather, that's going to concern me because, like we saw last night, I had, Evaldi, and he was in a great matchup against an awful team, and he just stunk. My hitters hit, but not him. But he didn't pitch well. The rain came, washed out two good pitchers, and that was it for that. You could stack the Red Sox. I mean, the righties. I mean, you can go Betts, you can go Bogart, you can go JD Martinez, you can go all of these guys. But I'll tell you what, Carlos Rondon is not bad. He's not a bad player at all. So it's something to think about. On the White Sox side, I guess you can go their righties as well. Davidson, Moncada. I'm not going to play him. Just because I really like Erod a lot. But now that this is the only game that has weather, so I have to really look at Kevin Roth. If you don't check out Kevin Roth on Roto Grinders, check him out. He's probably the best that I've seen, and he's just such a nice guy and huge help. Cincinnati, St. Louis. This one's good. This one's tough, although not really. I'm a big St. Louis guy tonight. I'm Carpenter. I'm Matt Adams. I'm Jose Martinez because he's been kind of hot. DeJong's been hot. Last night they put up 12. I mean, yeah, it was also against a crappy pitcher in Homer Bailey and the rest of the crappy pitchers that Cincinnati has. So I go right back to the well with them tonight. On the flip side, Ponce de Leon. He went 4 innings last game. That kind of scares me with what I feel like if he's going to get a quick hook or not. I actually really like him against Cincy, but I know Votto's back. He had like 12 points last night. They got a bunch of lefties in Jeanette and Shebler and stuff. So, you want to do a little reach, take Ponce de Leon and stack your offense. I mean, it's worth a shot, right? I mean, he's somebody that can give you 5 or 6 innings and basically see what happens from there. Again, that's a tough matchup, but if I had to tell anybody what to do, I'd go St. Louis. Baltimore, Kansas City. This is the game I'm going to be targeting all night long with a 9.5 run total, 2 crappy pitchers. This is my game. I'm telling you now, Ryan O'Hearn is the play tonight at first base. Don't even overthink it. He's the play. I think at 2,600 on Fanduel, and as hot as he is, he's the play for me. I'm gonna play him all night long. I like Alex Gordon. I like Hunter Dozier. I like Brian Goodwin. Brian Goodwin at $2,200, batting 6th against Dylan Bundy, in my opinion, is absolute value and such a steal. As for the Orioles against Phil Meyer, we all know Phil Meyer is a bum. It's not tough. Go with Villar. Mancini's been hot. He did take an 0 for yesterday. Mullins at the top. These are the guys that you really want to plug, and they're all low. They're all low. I mean, Mancini and Mullins I think they're 3,000 on FanDuel. Take them. You want to stack a game? This is the game. I feel like stack a game. Take the Goodwin. Take the O'Hearn. Take the Dozier. Take the Goodwin. Merrifield at the top, along with Villar. This is it. This is the game I'm going with. If you get my lineups daily, be ready to get it. This is what I'm going with a 9.5 run total. I feel like this could easily be a 10-8 game. I do. Todd wrote, you put out 6 or 7 lineups. I've been most successful trying to choose the best lineup. Multiple lineups. My opinion is the top 3 are the best. I put out the best 3 that I possibly think I can do. The rest of them are basically, low-owned pitchers with really good offenses. If you ever look at my teams, how I put things out, it's always going to be the top pitchers with decent multiple, hitting. I like to stack a lot. I've been trying to get away from stacking a little bit lately because I felt like I relied too much on teams scoring all the time, and it wasn't working out. I would have, a great stack, and a team would score 1 run or 2 runs, and I'd be like, dude, what happened? You're in a great matchup against a bad pitcher, and you score 1 or 2 runs, but then I have to keep hitting myself and saying, you know what? That's baseball. It happens like that. So stay top 3. I wrote it last night in my email. Stay top 3. And if you have money, throw it, put money on the bottom lineups because there's a good chance that they could hit. I mean, last night I loved Evaldi, as I told everybody. 3 runs in the first inning against the White Sox. Look at the offense in that lineup. I think it rocked. It was an absolute killer. So I hope that helps, Todd. Minnesota versus who's Minnesota? Texas. Okay. Another game that I actually like, but really on one side. I'm more of a Minnesota offense guy here. You know, I like Kepler. I like Cave. I like Carver. Those are the guys that I would say from that team. I really, really will be in my lineups tonight. Texas. I mean, I think Berets is good. I do, and I think yes, I know Texas at home. All those lefties. You know, it's hard to think about that, but I think if I had to go with Texas lineups, it would be Mazzara, Gallo, and Chew. Um, but my gut feeling to reality tonight is Boreas is is a good bet. I'm not pitching him, but I'm also not taking Texas lineups. Um, Colorado, San Diego, John Gray, best play on the board pitching, in my opinion. Take whoever you want. Take the Kershaws. Take Paxton. Take Strasburg. Take, um, any of the other pitchers that you see fit. Um, John Gray to me is the best pitcher out there tonight, and at 9.2, I think he's the best pitcher. I think San Diego's offense is a bunch of crap, and I'm not even going to touch it. Robbie Erline's been pitching well. I mean, he's been doing okay. I still love the righty bats. I like Arenado. I like Story. I like Desmond. These guys. Reality is it's a bad park, but they they might be able to do damage. I mean, Erline to me is so sketchy. I don't know. It's tough. I would say stick with John Gray and stick with the Colorado offense with the righties mostly. I mean, I really wouldn't go lefty here. I wouldn't be putting in um, Blackman or Gonzalez or um, there's a lot of I don't know. That's the way I'm going to go with that game. Seattle, Oakland, Paxton versus Megden. Okay, what does this game say to you? To me, it says Seattle lefties against the bad pitcher. So you go Cano, you go Seager, you can go Span, you can go a lot of ways. Cruz is a great pick tonight. Also, I mean he's in my rankings. I have him. He's at least top 10 for me. Cruz is a good pick tonight in my opinion. Um, uh, but I would stick with the lefties. Cano hit a bomb last night. Congrats to all the people that I sent the free season to. Man, I guess I'm good at picking home runs because every time I pick a player on Twitter, the dude just seems to homer. I'm giving away free stuff, and these guys are homering, and I'm like, man, I need to pick a bad player next time and try to get lucky. But pick Cruz, he's my guy. Oakland against Paxton. I mean, he's coming. Paxton's been so up and down this year. You can go the righties if you want to. You can go Davis. You can go Piscotti. You can go Chapman. I mean, these dudes have all been hot. I mean, that's exactly. Am I going to take an Oakland offense against Paxton? Probably not. I'm not. Probably not. I told you already the games that I really, really like tonight. Some players that I really, really like. In that Baltimore Royals game, the Minnesota game, with Washington having Harper and Soto and Trey Turner's a great, great pick tonight. Those are little things that I'm probably going to take. Daniel Murphy in the in the Cubs game is something I really, really like. Um, but that's about that. The next game is the game where you don't even touch bats. Don't even look at the bats. Shut the game down. Okay? It's Clayton Kershaw versus Corbin. Everybody's going to be sitting here rooting for a 1-0 game if you're taking Kershaw or Corbin. Um, it's going to be a pitcher's duel. Kershaw's been great. Um, Arizona, besides Pollock and Goldschmidt, who else you really worried about? You know, Peralta, lefty versus lefty. I'm not really worried about him. Marte, no. Um, Ahmed, no. On the flip side, you have Kemp as a righty. You have Kiki Hernandez as a righty. Um, and Machado. I mean, these are guys that can get to Corbin, but I really believe that they're all going to be low owned, the batters in this game, and it's going to be more of a pitching matchup, a pitching duel. I'm calling it maybe 1-0, and I'm going to say that the Dodgers win. This coming from a Yankee fan, but whatever. If you guys have any questions on things, I'm here to take question and answer. If you want to ask me anything, shoot away. I mean, basically, this is how I do my stuff. This is how I talk about it in my head, how I look at things with matchups and other things. It's not the easiest of slates tonight. I mean, there are high-priced pitchers, but there's a lot of value. I mean, that Kansas City game, I can't stress it enough with the value that's in that game. Remember the name Brian Goodwin. He's for Kansas City. Um, you know, that guy, he did a lot of good things in Washington, and he's batting a 6-hole with a team that's been rolling lately. So I mean, why not? Watch the rain in Chicago, St. Louis. That's another stackable team. I mean, they just put up 12 runs against Bailey, which isn't tough. Castillo's, is he really that much better? Is he really that much better? Um, otherwise, the Texas game, you can really look at the Minnesota stack. You can go Texas if you want with the lefties. It's something that, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be doing tonight. The Chicago game, Murphy, Rizzo, and Schwarber are definitely good picks. I'm actually talking myself into them as we speak because I made a little draft of the lineups and I didn't have very much of them, but I definitely have to put them in. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody have any comments? Anybody want to talk to me about anything? I know I do everything on Twitter, but I figured this was a good way for people to see a little bit about me and little things that I do. So, that's really about it for me. I appreciate all the support that you guys go with me every single day. Baseball season is a long season, and it's not easy. Any Yankees out of the bullpen that you like tonight in today's game? Oh man, let's see. I really didn't even look much about this game, but let me take a look real quick since you asked. Tanaka versus Norris. Yeah, I think they're gonna need a lot of. I don't even. I mean, is the Yankees gonna even need a bullpen tonight? I mean, Tanaka on the mound versus crappy Norris. McCutcheon's in the 1 hole. Sanchez is back. I mean, their lineup is absolutely stacked. They might not even need to go to anybody. But Kansas has been struggling, as we know. I would take Robertson. Robertson, but he's going to be, he's going to close if needed. Um, wow. I mean, that lineup is just ridiculous, and that's McCutcheon, Stanton, Hicks, Andujar, Sanchez, Torres, Voit, Walker, and Gardner. I mean, this is all done without Judge and Didi. They're not even in here. So, who goes to the bench in a lot of these things? I mean, I guess Walker goes to the bench. You move Torres to second. Didi goes to short. And then, man, do I really say that maybe, McCutcheon and Gardner can switch off and on, and once Judge comes back. But man, that's crazy. And then as if so, might as well, since I'm talking, I'm looking at the Mats versus Holland. Ugh, wow. How do you make a lineup here? I mean, you want every Yankee in there. You don't want um, any Tigers. Wow. I don't know. I mean, that's tough. I guess you can go Longoria. Pence is not a bad play tonight. Gorky Hernandez at the top of the lineup at 2-5, against Mats. On the other hand, Frazier, Rosario, Flores, Austin Jackson's not even that bad. I I don't know. It's tough. It's tough there, but I would say stack the Yanks. It's easy as that, but that's easy enough. So I guess that's it for me on tonight. I'm gonna try to do a little bit more, every single day. I'm not sure that I can do it every day, but I figured this would be a good start for me. So thank you all for watching. Hope you guys all hit me up. PayPal is feverizing@gmail.com. Dude, we've been hot. We've been hot. We're not going nowhere. So I will see you when I see you.